What does it take to survive in the Arctic, where the cold bites deep, the sun vanishes for months, and temperatures plunge below -50 degrees? For centuries, ancient tribes have adapted in ways that astonish researchers. One tribe risks everything, using hallucinogens to glimpse their fate, while another guards an oral history that may unlock secrets from the Ice Age. These 15 tribes endure extreme cold, isolation, and hardships that few could imagine. Let's dive in. Number 1. Koryak, Russia. Between the frozen expanse of the Bering Sea and the towering peaks of the Kamchatka Mountains, the Koryak people follow a semi-nomadic way of life, depending on reindeer for food, warmth, and transportation across the tundra. Yet their existence is not just physical, it is deeply spiritual. They believe unseen forces shape their destiny, with shamans serving as messengers between the human world and the supernatural. One of their most remarkable traditions is a ritual involving the Amanita muscaria mushroom, a practice that has fascinated researchers for generations. During the endless Arctic nights, Koryak shamans gather inside their reindeer hide tents, known as yarangas, where the air is thick with the scent of burning herbs and the steady rhythm of drumbeats. To enter a trance, they consume the urine of reindeer that have fed on the hallucinogenic mushroom. The reindeer's body removes the toxins, leaving behind only the psychoactive effects. In this altered state, shamans claim to receive visions, communicate with spirits, and even glimpse the future. Despite the dangers, freezing temperatures, disorientation, and the risk of losing oneself in the spirit world, the Koryak consider the knowledge gained through these journeys sacred. Their detailed accounts of celestial events, such as meteor showers and comets, raise an astonishing question: how did they possess such knowledge centuries before modern astronomy? While many ancient cultures have let go of their shamanic roots, the Koryak have held on, preserving a connection to a world that blends nature, mystery, and tradition. But the Koryak are not the only Arctic people whose legends challenge what we know about history. In the next chapter, we explore a tribe that has safeguarded stories passed down for thousands of years. Could their oral history reveal hidden truths about the Ice Age itself? Number 2. Yukaghir, Russia. The Yukaghir people of northeastern Siberia safeguard their past through intricate oral traditions, passed down across generations despite brutal conditions. These stories are more than folklore, they are a living archive of Earth's past, shaped by ice and fire. The Yukaghir's traditions are essential for survival, offering wisdom for daily life and a deeper bond with nature. Seated around the warmth of a fire, elders share these ancient tales, sometimes using psychoactive plants to enhance their visions. The community listens, transported to an era when their ancestors crossed vast ice fields and land bridges now submerged beneath the sea. What makes these legends extraordinary is that some may contain real accounts of past climate events and natural disasters, possibly even memories of the last ice age. Modern researchers have been astonished to find that certain oral histories align with historical events, suggesting the Yukaghir may hold forgotten truths about Earth's past. Their elders also predict the future, carefully observing animal movements to detect weather changes and guide their people through unforgiving winters. This deep connection to the land and its creatures is essential for survival, providing both hope and unity. For the Yukaghir, their traditions are more than just memories, they are sacred links between past and future. Now, let's explore another Arctic tribe whose shamanic practices may remind you of a familiar holiday figure. Number 3. Evenki, Russia, China, Mongolia. The Evenki people, spread across the vast forests of Russia, China, and Mongolia, share a deep bond with reindeer that goes beyond simple tradition. Some even believe that the story of Santa Claus traces back to nomadic groups like the Evenki, who once traveled Arctic skies with their reindeer. For them, these animals are more than just companions, they are vital for survival, guiding them across frozen tundras, helping them cross icy rivers, and enduring the brutal winters of the taiga. Their homes, called yarangas, are built from reindeer hides to withstand harsh Arctic winds. These shelters can be quickly taken down and rebuilt, allowing them to move with their herds. Yet, as modern industry expands, the Evenki way of life faces growing threats. Still, they continue their traditions, herding reindeer and using sleds crafted from wood, bone, and reindeer skin, ancient tools that, in extreme cold, still surpass modern snowmobiles. The Evenki's connection to reindeer is both practical and sacred. These animals provide food, warmth, and transportation, but they are also seen as spiritual protectors, guiding them safely through violent storms. When a reindeer dies, it is mourned as a family member, reflecting a deep respect that has lasted for generations. In the endless Arctic cold, the Evenki and their reindeer move as one, keeping their ancient customs alive. Before we explore the next tribe, I have a quick request. If you're enjoying this journey, take a second to hit the notification bell and subscribe. It's a small action, but it helps this channel more than you know. And if you do, I promise my team and I will keep bringing you more incredible stories. Deal? Number 4. Sámi, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Russia. The Sámi, an indigenous group living in northern Sweden, Finland, and Russia's Kola Peninsula, have a rich culture shaped by over 10,000 years of history. After the Ice Age, they became the first settlers of northern Europe, developing a unique language, customs, and survival strategies suited for the extreme cold. Around 1500 years before Christ, the Sámi began domesticating reindeer, an animal still vital to their way of life. Nearly 10,000 Sámi in Norway and Sweden continue herding reindeer for food, clothing, and tools, using every part of the animal. A traditional dish is a thick stew made with reindeer meat, potatoes, and carrots, providing warmth and sustenance in the Arctic winter. Reindeer herding is tied to their nomadic lifestyle, with Sámi leading their herds along seasonal paths known as vyas. Despite outside pressures, Norway and Sweden have worked to protect this tradition. Over time, the Sámi have endured invasions, taxation, and religious conversion efforts, but have fought to keep their culture alive. The Sámi are also known for Yupik, an ancient style of singing, and their handcrafted silver jewelry, often marked with protective symbols. Though many Sámi follow Christianity today, their ancestral beliefs continue to influence their daily lives. Through centuries of hardship, they have preserved their heritage, ensuring future generations carry their traditions forward. But the Sámi are not the only Arctic people whose culture is closely tied to nature. Across the Bering Sea, another group has mastered the art of using nature's resources in ways few would expect. Stay tuned. Number 5. Itelmen, Russia. The Itelmen, an indigenous group from Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula, are deeply connected to nature and known for their distinct traditions. Their rituals focus on honoring deities and feature a remarkable matriarchal leadership, where elderly women serve as shamans. In Kamchatka's harsh climate, where survival is a daily challenge, these women play a vital role in maintaining spiritual balance without using tambourines, unlike other Siberian tribes. One of the Itelmen's most significant cultural events is the Alhalalai festival, a lively gathering filled with folk dances, songs, and traditional crafts, now gaining wider recognition locally and abroad. The Itelmen have also mastered an ancient fish preservation method using fermentation, allowing them to store salmon for months in freezing temperatures. Another unique tradition is the Alkali ceremony, a 17-hour-long dance marathon symbolizing strength and unity. Recently revived, it reflects the Itelmen's determination to keep their culture alive. Although their language faces challenges, community-led efforts aim to restore it, ensuring future generations carry forward their traditions. What are your thoughts on the Itelmen's matriarchal spiritual leadership and their survival techniques in such an extreme climate? Let us know in the comments below. Number 6. Dolgan, Russia. The Dolgan people, living on Russia's Taymyr Peninsula, have a rich cultural heritage shaped by a blend of Turkic and Tungusic traditions. Their beliefs, deeply rooted in shamanism and animism, reflect a profound respect for nature and the spirits that inhabit it. What makes the Dolgan unique is their language. While most Arctic tribes speak languages from the Eskimo, Aleut, or Uralic families, the Dolgan speak a Turkic tongue, a rare trait in this icy region. Their linguistic ties to Central Asia spark curiosity about how they arrived in Siberia and adapted so well to the Arctic wilderness. Their Turkic vocabulary includes terms closely linked to their survival methods, especially in reindeer herding and hunting. Over time, many Dolgan embraced Russian Orthodox Christianity, yet they continued blending Christian holidays with ancient shamanistic rituals. Today, celebrations like Christmas and Easter coexist with their traditional ceremonies, forming a fascinating mix of old and new. Dolgan women are highly skilled in crafting traditional garments, which serve both practical and artistic roles. Their folklore, passed down through songs and stories, reflects their deep history and bond with the Siberian tundra. The Dolgan's ability to merge shamanistic traditions with Christianity highlights their resilience and adaptability, making their culture an extraordinary example of survival in the Arctic. Number 7. Tlingit, Alaska, Canada. The Tlingit, indigenous to southeast Alaska and western Canada, have a unique social structure based on two moieties, the raven and the eagle. This division influences many aspects of life, including marriage, where individuals traditionally wed outside their moiety to preserve balance within the community. Totem poles hold deep significance in Tlingit culture, symbolizing clan identity, lineage, and status. These masterfully carved poles depict ancestors and animals, and their raising is marked by ceremonies that honor the clan's heritage. The Tlingit also practice body adornment, with tattoos, known as ku karl, serving as marks of high social rank, clan identity, and personal achievements. Unlike many isolated Arctic groups, the Tlingit built vast trade networks that linked them to distant regions, stretching from the Pacific Northwest to inland Canada. They exchanged fish, furs, and timber, as well as finely crafted tools, weapons, and jewelry. Their distinctive silverwork and beaded textiles remain treasured symbols of Tlingit craftsmanship and artistic skill. Despite the challenges of modern times, the Tlingit remain dedicated to preserving their culture. Through storytelling, totem poles, and traditional arts, they pass down their heritage, ensuring that future generations remember their ancestors' resilience and wisdom. Next, we uncover a tribe whose bond with the land and sea was so profound, it inspired legends that have echoed across time, blending the physical and the spiritual. Number 8. Gwich'in, Canada, Alaska. The Gwich'in people, native to northeastern Alaska, the Yukon, and Canada's Northwest Territories, have a cultural heritage deeply rooted in their land. Among the Han Gwich'in, young women traditionally received facial tattoos called yidiltu between the ages of 12 and 14 to mark important life transitions. These tattoos, unique to each of the 9 Gwich'in groups, were once banned by European missionaries but are now being revived by younger generations. The Gwich'in share a profound bond with the caribou, especially the porcupine caribou herd. The Arctic National Wildlife Refuge's coastal plain, known as Gwandai Gudlit, or the sacred place where life begins, serves as the herd's calving ground and remains at the heart of Gwich'in spirituality and tradition. Music and dance play an essential role in Gwich'in life, with traditional performances like the duck dance and rabbit dance, a rabbit dance often accompanied by rhythmic drumming. Their social structure revolves around close-knit families within larger communities that work together on tasks such as constructing caribou enclosures. For generations, the Gwich'in have relied on the caribou's migration for survival. However, industrial expansion and climate change are now disrupting this migration, putting their way of life at risk. Despite these challenges, the Gwich'in remain dedicated to sustainable hunting, ensuring both their survival and the future of the caribou. Now, let's explore the Aleut people, whose mastery of the sea amazed early explorers and continues to reveal remarkable insights into human adaptability in extreme environments. Number 9. Aleut, Alaska, Russia. The Aleut people, indigenous to Alaska, have a history shaped by struggle and resilience. The name Aleut was given by Russian fur traders in the 18th century, and after their arrival in 1741, the Aleut engaged in trade. However, overhunting of sea sardines and seals, along with disease, war, and forced labor, caused their population to fall from about 25,000 to just 2,000 by the late 19th century. The Aleut traditionally practiced animism, believing in the spiritual forces of nature. When Russian Orthodox missionaries arrived, they blended Christianity with their ancestral customs. The Aleut lived a self-sufficient life, with men hunting seals, sea otters, whales, and walruses, while women gathered fish, shellfish, and berries. These shared responsibilities helped strengthen their community bonds. Ceremonial dances, called Unangame Aksaye, were an important part of Aleut culture. Dancers wore intricate regalia made from seals, otters, and bird furs, with performances marking both celebrations and traditions. Women also adorned their faces with tattoos and piercings, symbolizing maturity and social status. During the Second World War, the Aleut were forced into internment camps. In 1988, the United States Congress passed the Aleut Compensation Act to address these past injustices. Despite their hardships, the Aleut continue to preserve their traditions, ensuring their culture endures for generations to come. Number 10. Chukchi, Russia. The Chukchi, nomadic reindeer herders of Siberia, have adapted to one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Winter temperatures often plunge to -50°C, yet the Chukchi have survived for centuries, enduring brutal cold, scarce daylight, and relentless winds. Their ability to thrive comes from an unmatched understanding of nature, passed down through generations. A key to their survival is their layered clothing system, designed to trap heat while allowing the body to breathe. The outer layer, made from animal skins, blocks the wind, while the inner layers lock in warmth. This adaptable system lets the Chukchi adjust their clothing based on activity and temperature, ensuring comfort and protection in the freezing tundra. Beyond survival, the Chukchi's oral histories contain remarkable insights into climate changes, describing warmer winters and shifting weather patterns long before scientists could track them. These stories, passed down for generations, align closely with modern climate data, proving the Chukchi have observed and understood environmental shifts for centuries. Despite growing threats like linguistic assimilation and industrial expansion, the Chukchi are working to protect their language and traditions. Organizations such as minority rights group International Advocate for Indigenous Rights in Russia, ensuring that Chukchi culture remains strong for future generations. How do you think the Chukchi could predict climate changes long before modern science? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel to uncover more hidden cultures. Number 11. Yupik, Alaska, Siberia. The Yupik people, an indigenous group of the Arctic, have fascinated researchers with their unique customs and traditions. With a population of around 2 to 3 million, mainly in Alaska and the Nganasan region, the Yupik have thrived for centuries in one of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. Since traditional farming is impossible in the extreme cold, they have mastered survival by gathering wild fruits and edible plants found in their surroundings. To endure the long, brutal winters, they developed advanced food preservation techniques, ensuring a stable food supply during the harshest months. Their deep respect for nature is reflected in animistic beliefs, where all elements, from trees to rivers, are seen as having souls. When a person dies, the body is wrapped in animal skins and laid on the tundra, surrounded by stones to safeguard the spirit. Personal belongings are placed beside them, believed to help guide them on their journey to the afterlife. Shamans, said to bridge the gap between the human world and the spirit realm, played an essential role in Yupik society. For thousands of years, the Yupik lived unchanged, adapting to the frozen wilderness through their ancient knowledge. However, in recent times, settlements have begun to develop, and many Yupik have integrated into modern life, wearing new clothing, building houses, and using vehicles for transport. This rapid shift has surprised researchers, who are amazed at how the Yupik maintain their ancient traditions while adapting to a changing world. Now we turn to the Nenets, a nomadic people who journey across 1,000 kilometers each year, carrying a remarkable story of survival. Number 12. Nenets, Russia. Yamal, meaning the edge of the world in the Nenets language, is one of the last strongholds of nomadic reindeer herders in Russia. Inhabiting one of the most extreme and isolated regions on Earth, the Nenets have preserved a way of life that has vanished elsewhere. Once, hundreds of nomadic tribes roamed vast landscapes, but today, only a few still follow this ancient tradition. The Nenets remain detached from modern society, enduring one of the harshest climates on the planet. They are among the last ethnic groups to fully embrace a nomadic existence. Their homes, conical tents made from reindeer hides, are built to withstand temperatures that can drop below -50 degrees Celsius. These shelters are highly practical, allowing quick assembly and dismantling as they move with the seasons. Reindeer are essential to their survival, serving as transport, food, and warmth, enabling the Nenets to withstand the relentless cold. Their society is clan-based, with each clan holding its land and unique customs. Elders play a crucial role in preserving traditions, while the shaman acts as a bridge between humans and nature, performing sacred rituals to maintain balance and harmony in life. Now we travel to the Yukaghir people, who have watched the land beneath them change for countless generations. Number 13. Nganasan, Russia. In the northernmost reaches of Russia, the Nganasan people survive in one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Living year-round in the remote Siberian wilderness of the Taimyr Peninsula, they have adapted to brutal cold and relentless winds. As one of the world's most isolated tribes, the Nganasan have perfected the art of survival in an unforgiving land. At the core of their culture is animism, the belief that all things in nature, from rocks to rivers, possess a spirit. The Nganasan see themselves as part of a vast, interconnected world where every living being and even inanimate objects hold spiritual significance. This belief shapes their daily lives, influencing how they hunt, gather, and show respect for the land that sustains them. The Nganasan survival depends on their deep bond with reindeer, which provide food, warmth, and transportation. They have developed specialized clothing made from reindeer fur, designed in layers for maximum insulation. These expertly crafted garments, built to endure freezing winds and sub-zero temperatures, surpass modern cold weather gear, allowing the Nganasan to remain mobile and protected in even the harshest winters. Number 14. Ulchi, Russia. The Ulchi people, living along Siberia's Amur River, have developed ancient fishing methods perfectly suited to their extreme environment. Despite the freezing cold, the Ulchi use handcrafted wooden traps, built from natural materials, to catch fish throughout the harsh winter. These time-tested traps, passed down through generations, have allowed the Ulchi to survive in one of the world's most unforgiving landscapes. The Amur River is the lifeblood of their culture, providing food, transport, and a deep spiritual connection to their ancestors. Their fishing techniques, refined over centuries, remain essential to their way of life, even as modern tools become more accessible. Genetic studies have revealed that the Ulchi share a connection with the first Native Americans, linking them to the ancient migrations that took place across the Bering Land Bridge thousands of years ago. This discovery sheds new light on human migration and the deep historical ties between indigenous groups in Asia and the Americas. As modernization encroaches, the Ulchi continue to protect their heritage, blending ancient traditions with new technologies. Their ability to evolve while preserving their culture stands as a testament to resilience in one of the world's harshest environments. Number 15. Inuit, Canada, Greenland, Alaska. The Inuit, spread across Canada, Greenland, and Alaska, have survived for centuries in one of the most extreme climates on Earth. Their success comes from an unmatched understanding of their environment and ingenious survival techniques. One of the most fascinating aspects of Inuit life is their deep knowledge of snow and ice. They classify different types, allowing them to determine which surfaces are safe for travel and which conditions are best for sleds. This specialized terminology, passed down through generations, enables them to navigate the frozen landscape with remarkable precision. A key to their survival is their high-fat diet, consisting mainly of marine mammals such as whales, seals, and raw fish. Despite consuming large amounts of fat, the Inuit have lower rates of heart disease than Western populations. Their bodies have adapted to process raw fish and fat efficiently, providing the energy and insulation needed to endure the intense cold. Sled dogs are also vital to Inuit life, serving as both hunting companions and a primary means of transportation. Over time, these dogs have co-evolved with the Inuit, developing the ability to digest raw fish and seal blubber. This extraordinary partnership between humans and animals has been crucial to survival in the unforgiving Arctic. Conclusion. From the Chukchi herders of Siberia to the Inuit of the Arctic, each of these tribes has faced seemingly impossible challenges, yet they do more than just survive, they thrive. Through centuries of adaptation, wisdom passed down through generations, and an unmatched understanding of nature, these cultures have built ways of life that endure even in the harshest conditions. But these ancient traditions are now under threat. Many of these tribes face modern challenges that put their survival at risk. Climate change is disrupting migration routes, reshaping landscapes, and endangering the fragile ecosystems they rely on. Cultural assimilation is eroding languages, traditions, and identities. The lands that have sustained them for countless generations are rapidly changing, forcing these communities to adapt once more or risk losing everything they have fought to preserve. Now more than ever, supporting indigenous rights and recognizing the wisdom of these communities is crucial. By learning about their traditions and respecting their deep bond with the land, we can help ensure that these cultures do not just endure but continue to thrive for generations to come. Every story shared, every tradition preserved, brings us closer to a more inclusive and respectful world. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I'm sure you'll love this content. Comment below about the next country you want to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Thanks for joining us. Leave a comment, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos. See you in the next video.